Welcome, everybody. I'm Neil Cavuto, and now this is officially out of control. Solyndra, the scandal enough to leave you speechless because come Friday, the company's top execs won't be speaking at all. And just moments ago, we found out why. It's kind of what we figured. That ongoing Department of Justice investigation. The company releasing a statement a short time ago, confirming neither its CEO nor CFO will be talking much, if at all, to the House Subcommittee on Oversight and Investigations that subpoenaed both to get down to Washington. The target is exercising their Fifth Amendment rights in the face of, and I'm quoting here, questioning that might occur, which means pretty much any questioning that will occur, because that hearing all has to do with Solyndra and who knew what and when about a better than $500 million taxpayer loan that went bad and a White House-favored company that simply went bust. So just how will that hearing proceed if you have company officials constantly pleading the Fifth? And no doubt, Energy Department higher-ups who will eventually be claiming executive privilege. In a word, ugly. And for this administration, a mess. And for U.S. taxpayers, one from which we apparently haven't much changed or learned. Reports still of billions of more dollars going out to similar so-called green technologies that might very well follow Solyndra's flameout. But on this issue, no less than Senator Ornatch telling me earlier, over which he has little power to stop.
Well, it's typical of the liberal philosophy. Government can do everything. Government ought to do everything.
Are you going to stop it? Are you going to move to stop it?
Well, I'd like to, but we don't have a majority in the Senate. If we had a majority in the Senate, it would stop. I'll tell you that right now.
So that money's out the door and done?
I think so.
All right, so out of cash, out of excuses, and now increasingly out of time, and they had insults of financial injury for whatever their constitutional rights. Company officials in the biggest corporate scandal of this administration. Out, period. To Texas Republican Joe Barton, who says that if the White House was worried about how the optics looked before, well, they've got a real problem on their hands now. The congressman is a key member of the committee holding this hearing on Friday. This might be like, I don't know, like a Marceau deal here. No one's going to be saying anything, at least on that side. What do you do?
Well, it's too bad that they've chosen to exercise their constitutional right against self-incrimination. They had said that they were actually going to give a statement and then action, so they've changed their minds on right of counsel. But we can still ask them questions, and they can sit there and say, I plead the Fifth, I plead the Fifth. They could also give an opening statement. So this isn't the end of the story, it's just the beginning. The taxpayers have lost $535 million. The DOE, Department of Energy, is about to grant another $9 billion by the end of September, unless we encourage them to hold up on that or perhaps stop them.
But nothing is, right? In that regard, as I was raising Senator Ornatch, that isn't being slowed down. That plane is still taking off. In fact, if anything, there's a rush to get that cash out because I guess the rules are such in the Energy Department you have to spend it before the end of the month, right?
Well, we can always suspend the rules, change the rules. The Secretary of Energy is traveling. He's in China this week. I'm going to speak with him on Thursday.
Well, have you gotten any indication, sir, that he will change the rule or do that? Because I know how you feel in the House. I know the majority of Republicans in the House would probably vote to stop that. The Senate's under Democratic control. So, what?
Well, first of all, I think Secretary Chu is a Nobel Prize winner, is an honorable man. I think that the Obama administration may begin to see how bad this is looking, and I think they may be willing to slow it down. That's yet to be determined.
Have you gotten any indication of that, sir?
I have not gotten any indication of that, no, sir.
So what will the hearing be like? If they constantly plead the Fifth after you say they make an opening statement, then presumably you move up to try to get Energy Department officials to speak to you. I'm going to raise this with a lawyer here in just a second, but bottom line is they'll likely cite executive privilege. So then,
well, you can run, but you can't hide. We've got a good email trail. We've got a number of professional investigators interviewing people. There'll be more witnesses. There'll be more hearings. If we've only had to issue one subpoena in the Energy Committee this year, and it's on this issue. So far, Mr. Waxman and Mrs. DeGette have been generally supportive of the investigation without having to resort to subpoenas. But if we need to, we'll issue additional subpoenas. I know Chairman Upton and Subcommittee Chairman Stearns are absolutely determined to get to the bottom of this. The taxpayers deserve to know, not just on this money that's already been lost, but on the additional $9 billion that's about to be released. So this isn't going to go away.
Yeah, we always forget there's a lot more money down the pike. Congressman, thank you. Very good seeing you.
It's always good to be on your program, Neil.
All right, now to our legal eagle.